Hello and welcome back to Focus Atlanta. Thanks so much for continuing to watch. We're going to close out the show talking about the Cars.com Best of Awards. I'm here with Mike Hanley.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for being here. You know, we all feel completely overwhelmed when it's time to buy a car. What should we know in terms of what's best for families for 2026?
Well, Cars.com's best family car of 2026 is the Hyundai Santa Fe, and it offers some really useful features for families. There's dual wireless phone chargers in the front, so front driver and passenger don't have to share. A dual opening console lid to really make it easy to access storage, whether you're in the first or second row. It has 3 rows of seats, so good for larger families. Also offers a hybrid powertrain too for greater efficiency.
Excellent. Are there any smaller features that really make a big impact on some of these vehicles?
Yeah, there are. You can see them in our best car of the year, which is the Nissan Leaf. It's an electric vehicle and it has dual charging ports. So when you pull up to a charging station, it makes it really convenient to have one on either side. One of those ports too is a Tesla style one. So it opens up many more charging stations without an adapter needed. And then when you're road tripping an EV, that's a concern a lot of shoppers have, but the Leaf offers Google built-in technology that plans charging stops along your road trip. So it takes some of the stress out of longer drives in an electric vehicle.
As you and your team have been test driving these vehicles, are there any surprises, any things that are, may seem small, but really made a big impact or an impression on you all?
I think those the wireless charging pads in the Santa Fe are kind of really useful features that once you have them, you really like them. And I think you can also see really the range that these vehicles offer. Our best pickup truck of the year is the Ram 1500. And there's really a version for everybody, whether you use it for work, use it for daily use, you want to take it off-road, or you're looking for a luxury truck. There's something there for every type of buyer in that case.
What do you think really separates a vehicle from something that just looks fantastic and it's really going, whether it's something that just looks fantastic or it's something that's really going to serve your needs and the needs of your family?
Yeah, I think it's really important for a car shopper to take a step back and think through what their everyday needs are, because it will really help you focus in on vehicles that'll work for you. So if you're looking for that 3-row SUV and you need to be able to tow with it, you need that capability, something like a larger model might work well for you. But if you're just going to be moving people and some luggage, a smaller model will be more maneuverable, but still have the space inside that you need, while still being more affordable as well.
I'm sure you know that many viewers are completely overwhelmed as soon as they step onto a car lot. Are there any tips to keep people, keeping their choices in mind and the price in mind, and just to stay kind of on brand in terms of what they really need? Are there any tips that you can help provide?
I think it's really important to have a car shopping plan before you get to the dealership. So really thinking through the price range that's going to work for your budget. What are your must-have features as well as your nice-to-have features? Because a lot of those optional features can add up quickly and push a vehicle outside of your budget. And then finally, when you're at the dealership, getting that out-the-door price for the vehicle is key, because that includes all the taxes, all the fees, any trade-in value that might help you as part of your deal. So you have one number at the end that you can compare with other dealerships to get the best price on the vehicle you're looking at.
Thank you so much, Mike, for coming on the show. Is there a place where we can go on the web just to get these type of tips when it's time for us to go car shopping?
Yeah, you can see all of our award winners at cars.com/awards and find them for sale near you as well.
Thanks so much for your time. It was good to meet you.
All right, thanks a lot.
Absolutely. All right, guys. I know it seems a little overwhelming when it's time to get that new car, right? But that's why we have best of lists. So you can kind of figure out what you really need and what's really out there and get yourself prepared before you go car shopping. Please go to the website and check out the tips. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to this week's episode of Focus Atlanta. I hope to see you next Sunday here on CBS Atlanta.